Hey, what's up, Charlie Brown Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good today on stuff I got super recently in the mail. Is going to be this nice little card set lot over here. Got card sleeves, of course. My favorite being the Substitute Doll and the Erica. The Whooper's a nice mention too. I love collecting Pokemon card sleeves. The Japanese ones and the different language ones, especially. They just get some of the best art when it comes to card sleeves. Got a couple cards as well, filling out the V-Star Universe binder. And homie threw in the Classic Collection Scyther as well, my favorite card of all time. Took a perfect card and just upped it a little bit more, made it absolutely better. Got this stuff over from Bates No over on Instagram, been buying with them for over 2 years, been pals with them for just as long. They've always had great stuff, always been great on prices. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. And I really appreciate the site there. You didn't have to do that, but thank you, dude. Anyway, let's talk about more scammy, scummy stuff. Let's go recap some of the Charizard King 24 things. Not really so much because there's new information. It's more or less just because the community never ceases to amaze me with how many people will jump in front of a fucking douchebag. I just don't understand it, okay? So if you need a little recap, there's a couple videos on my page. Rattle's been fucking pumping them out too. This guy named Charizard King 24 over on Instagram, right? He does a lot of consignment stuff. He'll sell on behalf of other people. He'll take cards, and he advertises frequently a 5% consignment fee, which means that's how much he's going to take from the actual sale, correct? So there was a Secret Wonders Lugia card, PSA 10, Pokédex Ballers over on Instagram as well. He reached out to Charizard King 24. They ended up talking about it, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, a sale was eventually done. It was said that it was a 5K sale, in which case Charizard King kept $250 and sent over $4,750 over to Pokédex Ballers, right? That would come out to 5%, correct? $250 is 5% of $5,000. Come to find out, the card actually sold for $6,500, and essentially he pocketed way more money than he originally advertised. At one point, he did try to deny this stuff, but it just kind of came out, no, that's how much it sold for, and that's just how the consignment game works. That's just how that stuff goes. He set a minimum price, and that's what I gave him, and that's just how it is. Anything I made on the top is completely fine, and I don't owe him anything else. That's what's going on right here. Problem with all that stuff, and where I don't really understand people kind of defending that stuff at all, is several times during Charizard King's bullshit, is he deadass says, I charge a mere 5% to consign. Nowhere anywhere else has he ever shown that another price was met upon. He never shows another fucking percentage anywhere. And he even tells other people. He tells people in fucking messages that it sold for 5K when the actual person who bought the card has confirmed that it sold for $6,500 fucking dollars. So people that like here, over here, right? There's people that are actually like, oh, this guy's a fucking fantastic dude. Let's see who we can fucking look at right here. Let's see who we can throw under the bus. Jay Peasy? Yeah, fuck that dude. OJ Card Collector, you're a fucking piece of shit. You know why? Not because you have good experience with this person, but because right here, there's evidence right here where at the very fucking least, at the absolute fucking least point, this dude's a liar. He told people, including the person who originally owned the card, that it sold for $5,000 and sent $4,750 to the original owner of the card to make it seem like 5% was a thing, so he can keep advertising that on his page and there's no problems and no one looks any harder. You know what? He probably did ask, hey, what's your minimum price? And he probably did say something around the lines of $4,500, right? Problem of that being is he also advertised a percentage. What's the point of that percentage then? Oh, I charge 5 to 15%. 5 to 15% of what? Is it the $5,000 or is it the $6,500? Because if it's the $5,000 and you're doing it based off that, then where'd the rest of that fucking money come from? What's the point of even advertising a percentage if you're just gonna fucking make more off the top? Why even do that? Why not just say how much do you want for the card? What's the point of the fucking percentage? It doesn't make any goddamn sense to me how people can defend this stuff when he blatantly lies to multiple people, including probably some of you, the people who put his nuts in your mouth. Charizard King nuts taste good. They taste real good, the fucking cocksuckers of him. Does it? I bet it does. You can see the dude is lying to other people, and at the very least, that's scummy. And the fact you're willing to jump in front of that and defend it tells me all I need to know about you. Tells me all I need to know about any of that stuff, right? There's so many people that came to that defense too that just are straight up just ignoring the fact that homie said he'd sold for $5,000. He told everybody it sold for $5,000 when he was asked about it, until he was bragging to somebody and didn't know it was gonna blow up anywhere else. No, that's when it sold for way, way more. Oh, I sold it for $6,500, baby, and that's how much the fucking buyer bought it for, with proof. I've never understood this stuff, and I've never understood how people in this community can just defend blatant assholes until you look at it like this. Those people will do it to you as well. they will 100% do it. So anybody defending this guy, and I don't mean like they had a good experience with him or something like that. If you can only speak on your personal experiences with him, that's what you want to do, sure, fine, whatever. But if you're looking at the full situation of that and you don't see anything wrong, you don't see anything wrong with Charizard Nutsucker 24 just telling someone it sold for $5,000 when it actually sold for $6,500, and then he sent the exact amount so it looked exactly like 5% so he can continue to advertise that 5% when it's convenient for him, and then change that bullshit whenever it fits him. You're also the problem. You're a fucking asshole as well, and honestly, this community is better without Charizard King 24 and better without people jumping in front of that piece of shit like y'all. This is why this place doesn't get any better, is when we actually find someone doing some real shady, scummy stuff, people jump in front of it because of dollar bills in their fucking asshole. That's why. I'm sick of this place, and I'm sick of motherfuckers jumping in front of scum and defending it for the sake of a goddamn dollar, and then having the fucking audacity to say this place is for the community. They're for the community. They're for the people. While they're fucking scraping money off the top. They're overcharging somebody else, and then completely fucking lowballing the person who originally owned the card. That's what happened. Homie lied about that shit. $5,000 he said it sold for. It sold for $6,500. At the very fucking minimum, the dude is a liar. So if you want to argue anything else, fine. But if you're not going to start that sentence and admit that he lied and he took off the top, then you're not going anywhere else with this stuff. I'm not listening to a fucking word you're saying because you live in a fucking fantasy world. You live in a delusion. That's all I got. I'm sorry, but that just shit, that pisses me off more than anything else. You have proof that someone is actually just doing some shady fucking shit, and people will get in front of it and defend it because the money's so good. They can't get that money out of that butthole with their teeth fast enough. They gotta hang out a little bit longer and put the nutsack on their head. I fucking hate it, man. I hate what this place has become. I really do. I really fucking do. That's all I got. See you later, virgins. And I appreciate everybody who has a fucking sane head and a good set of morals on their shoulder. We need it nowadays.